Electron affinity. Electron affinity is the amount of energy that is released when an electron is added to an atom. What this means is that a positive electron affinity value represents the energy release when an electron is added because of the attractive pull of the nucleus on the electrons. So the greater the electron negativity will be if there's more attractive force by the nucleus. What electron affinity tells us really is how an atom feels about gaining another electron. If it has a small electronegativity, it does not want another electron. Because affinity means a liking to or want for something, and it doesn't really want that. A large electron affinity means it does want an electron, and so it's looking for more electrons. So that corresponds to a periodic trend. The periodic trend for electron affinity is that electron affinity increases when we move from left to right. So when we move from left to right across a period. And electron affinity decreases when we go from top to bottom. So when we go from top to bottom in a group. And there's a decrease there because remember, the attractive force of an atom increases from left to right, of the atoms increase from left to right because the nucleus is getting stronger because it has more protons. So if we look at this in a periodic table from left to right, we're moving in this direction, electron affinity increases. And as we go from top to bottom, it decreases. However, we have to remember that this last row, they're pretty happy with having 8 valence electrons, or 2 for helium, because it's filled up its valence shell, or its highest energy shell. So it's filled those up. So He, Ne, Ar, Kr, the noble gases aren't really looking to have an electron affinity. So they have close to 0 electron affinity. So that means they would have the lowest, no matter that they are, even if you say when we're increasing from left to right, that the affinity increases. But because here, when we arrive to noble gases, they're full. They've achieved the octet rule. They have little to no electron affinity because they're already happy with what they have. So remember that these noble gases have no electron affinity, but here the pattern or trend still holds.